So Fresh and Fit, we recently watched get exposed for being anti-Semitic as by H3H3 on the H3 podcast. And when I was researching, looking around for more clips and just kind of looking into the situation further, I came across this interview that I realized nobody has actually been going over. I have not seen anybody review this, and I really want to check it out. Especially now that H3H3 has brought Fresh and Fit back into relevance. And believe me, that's saying something, okay? Because the red pill, it's not doing so good. If you haven't noticed, it's kind of dying. I think more and more people are taking the black pill when it comes to the red pill. But anyway, 12 days ago, Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit went on this podcast, grilling, the grilling podcast, I guess. And he's going to debate this woman on all kinds of things, on all kinds of the claims he's made regarding women in the past and whatnot. So I skipped through a little bit of it and looked at the comment section, and I don't think it's going to be pretty. I'm not going to lie. So hang on to your butts.
You like women that you can manipulate into thinking that they're smaller or less worthy than you.
You're manipulating this conversation right now from the argument.
I'm not manipulating the conversation. I'm just saying, from a viewpoint, it seems like you like women that you can manipulate into thinking that you're the best thing that they've ever had in order for them to feel like that it's okay that he cheats on me because I've got a prize. Absolutely not.
That's a fact, though.
No, it's not a fact.
It is a fact.
It's not a fact.
It's a statistical fact.
I like how even the intro clip, it's like, it's a fact that if the guy is a high value man, it's okay for him to cheat. That's the fact.
Myron Gaines, one half of the Fresh Fit podcast. We are here to do an episode of grilling. Like seeing women? Always, man. I'm always womanizing, always sourcing. The more you deal with females, the more...
Weird flex, but okay.
The more you deal with females, the more you just realize, like, man, they're really not that special. Man, I am the grill.
So you're gay? The more I hang out with females, the more I realize they're not that special. The homies are where it's at.
When you've interviewed almost 3,000 girls, you know what they're going to say. So it's like black belt and this stuff. So that'll be good. It makes it more exciting when you don't know.
And last one, are you ready, Myron?
Always am. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to
Myron,
meet you.
You gonna give me a hug or what? Oh, no, that's lame.
That's the traditional way.
Yeah, that's lame.
No, it's not. It's
Very
respectful.
lame. No, lame.
No?
Lame.
Oh,
Lame.
well, you can just sit down.
It instantly, it's like hostile. It literally instantly. Is this a bit? Are they doing this on purpose? Is this just like planned out? He just walks over. Hey, so, you gonna give me a hug or what? Huh? Where's my hug at? Oh, he's one of those guys. He's one of the don't I get a hug goodbye? He's one of these guys. The only thing missing here is like the audience laughter.
Well, you can stand up.
Oh, you can just sit down.
I'm gonna walk out then.
Oh my God. Air hugs.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, very good. She didn't want to stand up. Typical feminist. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You got to play the game, guys. This is how women are nowadays. You know, they want to sit there and think, oh no, I'm not going to stand up. And it's like, okay, cool. Now,
Typical feminist doesn't want to stand up. Wait. The traditional thing is that the man stands up when the woman walks over, right? So a feminist would be wanting to defy the traditional norms. But she was trying to adhere to the traditional norms. You were the one trying to defy them.
now I'm going to demolish you in this debate.
So, what's it like living in Miami?
It's good. Lots of hoes.
Women?
Some, but most are hoes.
We're about 5 seconds in and he's already saying the word hose.
Hoes are not women? Okay. Wow. That just, he's such an asshole immediately. I'm obviously not going to be able to pause it and comment on every stupid thing he says because we're a minute 52 seconds in. This is an hour long, and I'm clearly not going to be able to get through all of it if I pause every time this asshole says something that an asshole would say.
Okay, and do you indulge with them a lot? Or?
Yeah, she's trying to grow me, but, you know, I'm a professional in this black belt with dealing with womanese, so easy mode. I mean, we have them on the show all the time. We have regular girls as well. So.
Oh, what do you do? Sorry?
Oh, we have a podcast ourselves where it's a male
Is that
self-improvement
what's on your
podcast.
t-shirt?
Oh, yeah, male self-improvement podcast, yeah, Fresh and Fit,
Okay.
yeah.
So you have women on there?
Yes, it's a component of what we do. We also do Money Mondays, teach guys how to make money. Then Wednesdays, how to date properly and get your stuff together. And then Fridays, we do call-in shows or bring in special guests or whatever it may be.
So
but,
do you think you're quite knowledgeable in the dating field?
To a degree.
Do you think you have a great understanding of how women work?
Yes, unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a great thing if you understand the woman?
Well, the thing is, you can either understand women or respect them, but you can't do both at the same time.
What is he talking about? I don't think that's a true statement.
Maybe you can't because you're delusional. because maybe you're in the closet. But I mean, most people can.
I think with understanding women, you'd learn to respect them more. The same as understanding a man, you'd learn to respect him more.
No, you can't respect them as equals once you understand them.
You'd still respect them as a woman and what value they hold
I'm
and what they
speaking
bring.
from an equality standpoint. Like, I can't respect them as equals since I understand them. And I think that's the way they like it anyway.
You can respect each other.
What? Is he going to do the we're different so we can't be equal thing, even though there's lots of ways in which people are different but also equal, especially socially speaking?
For their gender, like I would respect a man for being a man and what he provides as a man, and you could respect a woman for the things that she could provide that you could never do.
If you understand women, there's no way you can respect them as equals. That's
Why?
my premise on it.
Why?
Why can't you respect them as an equal?
Because we're way different.
Yeah, but you can still respect the fact that you're different and respect what they're capable of that you're not.
Men and women aren't equal. It's just funny how women want you to treat them.
I literally called it, because we're different. That's not what equal means. Equal doesn't mean the same. Equal means that you're treated the same. You have roughly the same expectations. Societally, you have the same opportunities.
As equals, but everything that they're actually attracted to and aroused by, most importantly, is not equal.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
For example, perfect example. I came down here. I said, oh, give me a hug. What'd you say? Oh, well, it's traditional. Kiss my hand.
Yes, that did not sound English.
That right there in itself signifies the difference between men and women.
Yeah.
You displayed it yourself a second ago.
Also, that's fine. Doesn't mean you can't respect that.
So traditionalism, and this is what a lot of girls do, they'll want traditionalism when it benefits them, but that they'll want to expect to be treated as equal later on.
Don't you think men are the same though?
How so?
Like they want to be traditional in the sense that they provide and stuff, but then they want to be treated equal when they can't bother to show up as a man anymore.
Well, here's the thing. I disagree with that. I think men need to, be protectors and providers. So I don't think women should work. I think the man needs to be the sole breadwinner, and I think women should work electively. With responsibility comes authority, right? So if you're going to go ahead and be responsible and pay the bills and everything else, like you should have the authority to tell your girl what it is.
So do you think men are higher value than a woman in a relationship?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, every time I come on the show, it's just another girl spouting the same bullshit about, oh, treat me like a lady, but at the same time, I'm equal to you. It's like, what the fuck? It doesn't make sense. If you want to be treated like a lady, that inherently means we're not equal. Because it's way harder to find a guy that has a shit together than an
He
attractive
doesn't
woman.
understand
It's
this
not
at all.
necessarily an attractive woman because if
That's what
if
we
all
care
you're
about.
looking for is an attractive
That's what we
woman.
care about. It's not that hard to be pretty and keep your legs closed. It's
But
not
it's
hard.
not, is that all you care about though?
Yeah.
This guy is unbelievable. So you wouldn't want a woman that looks after you looks after your mental health, looks after your
Of
brain,
course, that comes
encourages you.
with it.
Not necessarily. I know a million beautiful women that haven't got the power in their brain or the sense to be accommodating in that sort of any way.
Well, typically, when girls aren't, right, that means they come from a strong family structure.
Yeah.
They understand these things. They have a strong male figure in their family to some degree that they respect.
But then you are expecting more than just looks then, aren't you?
Well, it's the main thing to get her foot in the door. It's the most important thing. Because there's no conversation if she's not attractive first.
Okay, so what's your type?
Not fat,
Okay.
not a hoe,
What would you classify as fat?
light. It's just crazy to me how, like, there's so many girls that are, like, big as hell. Like, I weigh about 195 to 200 pounds. There's girls that weigh as much as me, and I'm 6'3". So it's like, it's crazy. They'll be 100 kilos and expect you
so
to...
you want to feel bigger than the woman?
It's not about me feeling bigger. It's just about, I don't want a fat girl. It's unacceptable. Just like women don't want a man shorter than them, I don't want a girl big as hell. Facts.
Do you not think that's quite like offensive to women?
In what way?
Calling them fat as hell?
Yeah, because they're in direct control of every morsel of food that goes in their mouth. That's even worse. Just like a dude is in control of how much money he earns, woman's in control of how much food she consumes.
Also, men are in control of how much food they consume, so men can also get
Well,
overweight.
yeah, it's unacceptable to be fat as a man as well, but it's even worse when you're a female, because at least as a man, you can make up for your lack of aesthetics. Men have to provide value and utility in way more than one way. Women, you guys have one job. Make sandwiches, what more? 2 jobs. Make sandwiches, be hot, 3 jobs. And don't be a whore.
3 things a woman's expected to do: make sandwiches. Okay, I think this Myron guy's probably just trolling to try to get a rise out of this woman. But then again, that seems like the only thing these fresh and fit idiots are able to do.
Ridiculous. So all you require from a woman, and you think all we're capable of as women, is making sandwiches, looking good, and what was the third thing? Not being
Not being a whore.
Not being a whore.
Well, I didn't say that's all they're capable of. What I'm saying is that these are things that men tend to value. Women tend to think that we care about, like, their opinions and all this other stuff. We don't care about none of that. Men actually don't want a lot, guys. We're very simple.
Women's opinions, of course, are valid. This guy has got
We
everything.
don't care about women's okay, well, listen, if you're an insecure man baby who is terrified of being proven wrong by a woman, then maybe in that case you don't care about a woman's opinion or something. But people who are confident, who have a backbone, are not afraid of having a partner that also is confident and has opinions and gives them pushback and disagrees with them sometimes. If you have a spine, these things are not scary to you. These things are not bad to you. If you're a 2 brain cell inbred chuckle, then these things are probably terrifying to you.
everything seriously twisted. But you will eventually, won't you? So if you were with a woman and you were settling with a woman and you were growing as a business or something, your woman is naturally going to be right by your side, isn't she? So you are going to value her opinion. You are going to respect.
No, because the reality is when a woman's with a man that she loves, admires, and respects, her opinions pretty much become your opinions. Girls absorb the strongest man in that they're in a relationship with or that they're linked to. So for example, if a girl has a strong father, a lot of the time she has a very similar worldview to her father.
Yeah.
If she has strong brothers, she has a similar worldview. If she doesn't have any male, influence, she'll think dumb shit like her mom tells her, oh, man ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. So I can always tell from speaking with a woman if she has a father or some kind of strong masculine figure in her life. That's why we don't care about y'all opinions, because we know it can be morphed by whatever.
But some women do have a great mind, and they do have.
I love this one too. Women, their opinions can be warped. He says as if men everywhere did not just get swept up in a massive campaign propagated by Andrew Tate, Fresh&Fit, the Red Pill entirely, brainwashing a bunch of men into thinking that being assholes and treating women like hoes is the ideal way to get a partner or something. Like, yeah, it's women who have the very susceptible brains. Their opinions are so easy to mold. Meanwhile, Andrew Tate, by virtue of him being a dude with a car, he's influencing millions of men. But it's the women who are easy to mold. They're the ones getting brainwashed. What a fucking idiot. I recognize that what I'm saying does not necessarily take away from his claim if women get brainwashed or not. However, him acting as if this is a woman problem or something that like is innate or intrinsically a flaw with women, their breed, then it's obviously important to bring up how this happens with men all the time as well. Like, give me a break.
Helpful opinions, and they do have a different opinion that maybe, well, actually, I wouldn't have thought about it like that because I'm in such a masculine state that sometimes you forget the femininity is actually really important too when it comes to certain things.
Her opinion matters, but she has to earn that, right? So like a lot of girls think that we care about their opinion early on in a relationship or whatever. We really don't care because a man's life is way harder than a woman's life. So whatever opinion you have, it's kind of null and void.
I don't necessarily think a man's life is harder than a woman's life. I think men have a hard life. Women have a hard life, but we have different struggles.
Yeah, these feminists are stupid.
See, that's such a better approach, and that he's saying is stupid. How can you determine which one is harder? Now, if you want to say that men face unique struggles, that's fair. The struggles that men and women face are not identical struggles. That's fair. But to just say it outright that men's lives are harder, I seriously don't think that's true.
If he spent even a day in a woman's shoes, he would know that that is a lie. I think the only thing that's different with men and women is women have a great support system. So any of our struggles are like shared, they're halved, whereas a man is literally on your own. You don't really have that friendship group that you could go and release your emotions to. No. That doesn't mean that anyone's life's harder. It just means we both have equally hard lives. And
we must become excellent. Like, women have the privilege of being mediocre and still being taken seriously by society, still finding a man to take care of them. Us, on the other hand, if we don't become excellent, our reality reflects that. We get no chicks.
You're literally saying that if the woman isn't excellent, that you should dump her.
No one respects us. No one wants to hang out with us. So as a man, you must go out there and become successful. For women, you don't have to.
You'll never experience childbirth. You'll never experience...
Wait, some of what he's talking about here are societal expectations placed on men. Like, as a man, you need to be successful and wealthy, and you need to produce something and make something and build something for yourself. I can empathize with that. Those are some weird expectations placed on men, sure. But Fresh&Fit, you guys do that. You just said a man's job is to work, to provide. This is what you are preaching. You think that a man's worth is tied to these things. So don't turn around and start whining and bitching out about how men's lives are harder because they have to do the things that you're currently telling them they need to do in order to be good, ideal alpha men. Instead, complain about the societal expectation. Hey, it's silly that if you're a man who doesn't have a whole lot of money or hasn't started his own business or something, that society sometimes sees you as lesser than, or weak, or pathetic, or a loser. That's lame. That's something that men really struggle with, and that affects men uniquely. He could have taken the conversation that way. There's no need to put women down here. He could have just made his point without doing so. But again, his point is not ultimately about like, hey, men have these struggles or something. It's about women bad. That's his ultimate opinion, his ultimate point.
Pregnancy. You never experienced menstrual cramps.
That's a choice.
Menstrual cramps aren't a choice. They're
okay,
monthly.
but pregnancy is.
But if you wanted a child, because it's not just a singular choice, is it? It's between two people. So if you wanted a child, you can't physically have your own child. It'd be on your woman.
This is a perfect example of women always seeing the finish line and not actually seeing the race. What needs to happen for a child to be born?
The obvious.
Sex, right?
Sexual
How does a man go about getting sex?
I don't know. You have a load of
Exactly.
hosts, so it's probably really
exactly.
easy.
Delusional female, what's new? Let's talk about the race. Let's talk about the guy having to build his value up. Let's talk about the guy being useless at 18 years old versus a woman at 18 years old. Everyone's trying to fly her out. She's hot enough. She has an Instagram profile. She's getting offers from dudes that are, $1 million, $2 million net worth, etc. As a man, you have to build yourself up to even be able to get sex. Women are just offered sex.
I don't think
Simple
that's
as
true,
this.
actually, because if you're a good-looking guy, like you said, there's plenty of women around that will happily have sex. If you're a good-looking guy...
We all know that it's not easy for guys to get laid. If it was, guys would be watching porn or subscribing to OnlyFans or all this other that we got going on with sex work.
It's not hard for men to have sex. It might be hard for men to have sex with higher value women, but like you said, there's hoes everywhere. There's women of less value or less attractive than you that would happily sleep with you. So it's not harder. You're just looking in the wrong places.
Okay, what does it take to be a good-looking guy?
Well, it depends. Everyone's idea of good-looking differs, but most people find a lot of men attractive these days.
Okay.
Like, the standards aren't very high.
I'll keep it simple. So for as a guy to be attractive, you have to be tall. Most women want a guy over 6 feet tall. Most men don't.
Most say this, but then when it actually comes down to it, and you ask them about their past, most men probably aren't over.
Well, you
6
said
feet
good
tall.
looking and casual sex. So if a woman's going to go ahead and have casual sex and good looking with a guy, she's typically going to want a guy that's like very, very attractive.
It depends how drunk she is. People get laughed into bed all the time.
The point I'm trying to make is that women typically want a guy who's better than them in every regard. So for a guy to get sex is very difficult. And then you're mentioning, oh, well, he could just be good looking. That's not easy for a man. You have to go to the gym. You have to build your body up. You have to dress well, smell well. Then you have to also have game. Even if you're a good looking guy.
Also the same for a woman.
She's got no idea, man.
He has absolutely zero idea.
Do you fuck every good looking guy you talk to?
No, absolutely never.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about me. You said you surround yourself with hoes, and I'm saying if you do surround yourself with hoes, then sex is easily obtainable.
Good looks a lot of the times might get your foot in the door, but if you're not able to convey yourself in a certain way, have a certain tonality, have a certain confidence, speak in a certain way.
Do you not think that's the same with a woman?
No.
We still have to go to the gym.
No, we actually appreciate when you guys are quiet.
I've had
You
enough.
just said that women shouldn't be fat.
But if we went on a first date and I sat there and I was like, you're going to think, once
You just said that she shouldn't be fat. She needs to make sandwiches. Even that, in your demeaning, pathetic way that you said it, even that requires going to the gym, staying healthy, working out, making sure that you're staying fit, doing the best you can to not gain weight, I guess, eating healthy, making sandwiches. Okay, you need to have some skill in the kitchen. Even if you want to talk about making sandwiches. I mean, if you want to actually know how to cook, because that's obviously what he's getting at, like the trad wife, that takes skill.
she's boring. She's got no personality. She's got zero substance. Now, as much as you say all you want is someone to look good and make sandwiches, realistically, you're going to get so bored of that if the person you're dating has no substance.
Well, most women are boring in general. Imagine as a guy, and hot girls want to fly you out and suck your dick and smash you.
First of all, this idea that like 18-year-old girls are getting flown out left and right is bullshit. We know based on the statistics how people date within usually their own league, both economically, appearance, academically, etc. So that's just not true, at least for the vast majority of people based on all available research. And then he goes on to be like, well most women are boring, you know? Okay. Dude, just come out of the closet already.
Would you actually go to the gym and develop yourself? The answer is a profound fucking no. And the hottest girls especially are boring.
That's not also very true. I think it just depends on how you were raised and your upbringing and what you were surrounded with. He is wrong. I do not care. That is wrong. There's a lot of people that you wouldn't find attractive that are also boring. There's a lot of people in general
But no one
that
cares
are
about ugly
very
girls.
boring.
No one cares about ugly girls. But what I'm saying is that hot girls a lot of times are boring because they've never had to develop themselves to become attractive. And they've gotten everything that they've ever wanted simply by being hot. So why...
I think it's a very small
why do
minority
they need
of
to
people,
develop?
though.
Why didn't no one gives a shit about ugly girls, just like no one cares about broke guys in front of 7-Eleven asking for money. You're invisible. Attractive women are fairly common.
Yeah, of course they are.
They're
But
fairly common.
the attractive women that have had everything handed to them and never had to work and never had to build a personality, that's quite rare because a lot of people that I know that are attractive are very great people and they've had not everything handed to them. They've still grafted, they've still worked, and they've obtained a great personality.
Like women, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to remember that what women are interested in and what men are interested in are two different things.
He keeps saying about women don't like men unless they've got money, but I know guys out here that don't give a fuck about money.
The reason why I say women live life on easy mode is because they reserve the right to be useless if they want. But as a
I
man...
don't think so.
Hold on, well, okay.
But go on,
How many
sorry.
useless bimbos do you know that are with rich guys? You probably know a bunch.
No, I
They're
don't.
stupid, they
I
don't make
don't.
any money, they don't do nothing.
I don't know any.
You don't know? Okay, well, in the real world, okay, there's very attractive women that have no skills.
Dude, life, I know that you guys dedicate your whole philosophy around the red pill and like the Matrix and the movies and everything, but life is not a movie, okay? Even like rich people, most of the time their wives are also or involved in like fundraising, or a lot of the times you'll see these really successful men thank their wives for helping them immensely. There's so much more that goes into this than just like the useless bimbo. This is such a 2D viewpoint. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
Right? That are with exceptional men, and they're able to do so because they're attractive. Now, with that said, I'm not knocking all women out there. If girls want to go to school and make money and be successful, that's cool. But the key is they don't have to. However, as a man, you cannot be a loser and get an exceptional woman.
But you can, especially in this generation where women want equality and women want to overpower a man. There's women out there that are doing really well.
Those relationships never last. Those relationships never last.
Does it ever last vice versa?
You just said your relationships barely last because women are boring. So what's the problem, idiot?
Yeah.
Or does it
Men rarely leave relationships.
Yeah, but they
It's the
do
girls
though,
that leave.
because
Women leave, men don't. We know that 80% of divorces are initiated by women, and men rarely, if ever, leave women unless like they do some really vile shit. So, once again, a girl that doesn't understand how the real world works.
they don't leave the relationship. They just obtain other relationships during their relationship in order for the woman to leave.
Still in a relationship, they don't end it.
But is it really a relationship? Or some
Yeah.
false pretenses now,
They're
isn't it?
just they're cheating. Well, they're still in the relationship though. Wow, dude. Wow. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Also, why do women initiate more divorces, Myron? I would love to hear him try to answer that one. Just if women initiate more divorces, so what? Maybe women are more confident, know what the f they want in life more. And when their husbands are not emotionally meeting their needs, they leave. That's actually a huge reason why women initiate divorce, you know. Because men do not fulfill, or the men that they marry, excuse me, are not fulfilling the woman's emotional needs. So maybe it's something the men can do better. This isn't just like evil women want to leave the man.
Almost always want other women. That's just how it goes.
Is that true though? Or do you
Yes.
think when you really love someone that you will just stay in a monogamous relationship?
Monogamy is a lie
For who?
for men. The guys that sit there and say, I want to be...
Those relationships never last. Monogamy is a lie. These things do not follow, my friend. You cannot shit on relationships not lasting for something while simultaneously saying monogamy is a lie.
9 out of 10 times they're lying. It's cope. They want to have other women. They just either A, are too scared to admit it, B, don't have the sexual market value to attract multiple women, or C, all the above.
Do you know what? You don't actually realize how men think until you start dating them and this intense with this whole grilling thing, and they're really open about that. They all just want to women all day long, no matter what relationship, no matter what, and they think it's absolutely fine. It's not fine, guys. It's fucking damaging. Stop listening to online people, because you know what the truth is. If they find a good woman, they're not going to fuck anyone else anyway. They're just damaged. Let them heal. Come back to them. Don't listen to them, because they're just going to damage you as well. I'm not saying that men aren't naturally going to want other women, because that's a very natural thing for men. I understand that.
Yeah.
But it's whether you're going to break your relationship or risk your relationship in order to obtain another woman during
Why
that.
not tell her I'm going to have multiple girls? Why not be honest?
But then she might not stay.
Well, that's why most guys lie. But if your value's high enough, you tell her straight up, I'm going to have other women, and they accept
And
it.
this is why I always say, the more money you have, you think you can buy your way out of morality.
We always put morality in the female frame. Oh, it's immoral for you to have, multiple women. It's immoral for you to want to have other chicks. I could turn around and be like, well, it's immoral for you to want a guy that has money. It's immoral for you to want a guy that's...
If you're in a relationship and then you're cheating on them, that would be immoral. Yes, you're doing psychological damage to that person. You're breaking the promise that you made to them when you agreed to be in a committed relationship with them. You are absolutely doing harm. You're also proving yourself to be a scumbag, to be untrustworthy, to be a lot of qualities that you probably don't want to be. So it absolutely is immoral. It harms you, it harms the person, it harms your partner. It is absolutely immoral. Saying it's immoral is not putting morality in a female frame, my friend. It is simply recognizing the significance of the commitment you've made when you're in a relationship, and also the importance of honoring that commitment. That's all that means. This isn't female anything, okay? And for you to claim that it is shows that you're obviously thinking with your penis and clearly not thinking with your brain. Because if you were, you would never have come to such a profoundly stupid conclusion.
Yeah,
It's natural, though. That's
it's natural for me to want hoes.
It's natural for you to want it,
To have
but
multiple women.
it's whether you're going to go and do that. Is
So
the
hold
problem.
on. So it's okay for you to want and actually take action on having a guy that's 6 foot tall, that makes money, that has status, that is attractive, that's charming, that's good looking. But it's immoral for me to enact on my natural want, which is multiple women.
Yes, because it's very different. And a woman, and man, like you said, your
Wait,
natural
hold
one
on.
is someone who's
Let's
not
make this even
fat.
more fun. Hold on.
That's the
She's
thing.
navigating this so badly. If you were a single guy and said that you just want to sleep around and engage in some like degenerate hookup culture kind of shit, okay, fine. No, I would not say that's immoral. Although you could potentially damage yourself and, people you're with. But if that's consensual and everything else, then no, that wouldn't be immoral. But what makes the other thing immoral, what makes it not immoral to pursue somebody with money, but yes, immoral with your scenario, is that in your scenario, you're in a relationship. In your hypothetical, you're in a relationship with somebody, and you're cheating on the person. So natural desire to have a lot of hoes or not, okay, aside, that, it would be immoral because in that case you're lying to someone else and you're breaking the commitment you made to another person. So yes, that would be immoral. It's not the wanting a lot of hoes necessarily that would be immoral, although it's not going to lead to anything good. But it absolutely would be immoral to cheat on your partner.
This is a perfect example of women thinking that their double standards are more important than yours. So, for example, they want to sit there and say, I want a guy that makes money and tall and successful and strong, etc. But if you want multiple women, it's a problem.
He is the epitome of delusional.
As a man, I have to earn my ability to get a variety of women. You don't have to even earn your ability to get a guy that's 6 foot that makes money, etc.
Of course you do.
No, you don't. You just exist.
That's not true.
Just exist.
You can't just exist and
Just
just get
exist.
every man in the world.
If you're attractive, just exist. Have an Instagram profile. Be at a club or be at
I
a bar.
think
Just stand there.
if you
and someone will come up to
genuinely
you.
spent a week in a woman's body, you'd understand that that's actually not a true statement in the slightest. Maybe, like I said, the women that you've associated with have had a life like
If
that.
I was a woman, I'd see how women's lives are easy.
It's not.
Easy mode. Compared to men, easy mode. Typical modern day woman in front of me, guys.
I feel sorry for whoever bears this man's kids. You think women are
Dude,
inferior?
women suffer from way more eating disorders. There are higher rates of depression and anxiety amongst women. Women do not just have it easy, okay? People are struggling across the board right now. Men and women alike. But again, his goal here is not to bring attention to the ways that men and women are uniquely struggling. No, his goal here is to shit on women.
Biology.
They're physically inferior. They're mentally inferior.
But aren't men here
Why
as
is
protectors
inferior?
of women?
Yeah.
So why would we need to be protected if we was inferior? You protect things that are more in value to you than you are. I got him there.
No, well, because
The
there's...
king has bodyguards, the queen has bodyguards to look after them because they're very high value. They need to be protected. Men are here as protectors of women.
Well,
so we're not necessarily
the
inferior, are
fact,
we?
the fact that I'm able to even protect you and I have the ability to do so.
I like the way she just completely like flipped that around. It was kind of weak, not gonna lie, but it's still really clever. I like that.
It's because you're
that I'm
stronger.
superior to, yeah.
Your strength is superior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Men are superior, end of story. No one watches the WNBA for a reason. They suck.
I don't think,
who watches
I don't
female
think the
sports?
word inferior and superior are the right words to use between men and women.
words. Here we
It's
go.
like a
We're on the
baby.
word
Say we had
semantics.
a child, a little newborn baby.
He's inferior. He's useless. It's the truth. Babies are a liability and so are women, guys.
Did he really just say babies are a liability?
And here's the thing, women are just like babies and children. Like, you guys can barely make your own decisions, don't know what you want to eat half the time,
Can't believe
can't
it.
protect yourselves. It's like, God
Okay,
damn.
we can protect ourselves, but we shouldn't have
How?
to because that's
How?
what men are for.
How are you gonna protect
Well, we
yourself?
I don't want to say that Myron's like a woman or anything, but he absolutely is like a total bitch.
Yes.
So you can't
It's why
talk.
we're at the top of the food chain. It's why we built this crazy world that we have right now. Everything was built by men.
Wait, what? First and foremost, everything was not built by men, and the things that were built by men, that may have had something to do with women not really being allowed to build anything or contribute to absolutely anything for a long, long time. Remember when women would just want to like write books and stuff, so they'd have to use a man name, a male name, in order to get their book published? Remember? So saying that like men built everything, that's why they're superior. Meanwhile, women were literally kept from trying to contribute or build, is ridiculous. The fact that you would say that and think that's any kind of good point is sad at best. Secondly, you say that we're at the top of the food chain because we're the strongest. There are a ton of living animals and creatures today that are stronger than humans. We are at the top of the food chain, not because we're strong, but because we are smart, because we know how to work together. This is why equality and recognizing our differences and our strengths, our unique strengths, is a positive. This is what has literally put humans at the top of the food chain. It is the fact that we are smart, that we know how to cooperate with each other and work together.
Let me be honest. Women suck at almost everything that they do.
I can't believe he's just said that.
Yeah, women suck at everything, guys.
That's so.
They suck at driving.
I'm a fantastic driver.
Okay.
I would run laps around you. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
sure.
lie.
They suck at sports.
I'm
They're not
fantastic
as
at
coordinated,
sports. I'm way more
right? You ever throw like a ball at a chick or something? She's not expecting it. Oh,
Do you know what I think? You've really dealt with some really dumb women because everything that you've just named, I'm fantastic
Well, being
at.
dumb and being uncoordinated are two different things. There's
Okay,
plenty of
but
people that are
I
very
know
smart. but
so
aren't
many
coordinated.
men that are uncoordinated. I could throw
For
a
sure.
ball and he's not going to catch it.
sure,
I think you're talking
for sure.
about a minority of both genders.
No, I'm speaking in general.
Okay,
I'm speaking in general.
for both genders.
Yeah, for both
Because
genders.
there's men and women that can't
But
drive.
most
There's
women
men
suck
and
at
women.
most things is what I'm trying to say.
Most men suck at most things. Because
Such
if they
as?
didn't, every man would be a millionaire. Every man would be a high value man. Men suck.
There's a reason why there's separate leagues for everything.
Yeah.
Right? Because women suck at most things.
That's such a vague statement saying women suck at everything.
They do.
But how? How can you say women
Then
suck
why
at...
should women be at home with the kids? Do you think women are better with the kids and homemaking? Do women suck at that too? Why do you think women should be at home with the kids then? Women are actually better drivers on average. They get way less tickets, they're in less accidents, they don't drive as aggressively. There's some research to suggest that women make better CEOs because they are able to empathize with people and multitask better. So there's two things off the top of my head that women are sometimes better at than men. But again, I'm not interested in really arguing that like women are better, men are better. This isn't boys versus girls at the kindergarten picnic table, okay? This is real world now. So I'm not really interested in that. But there are absolutely things that women do excellently, things that women do better than men, okay? And for Myron to be up here and act as though women do suck at everything, it's not only pathetic and embarrassing, but also it kind of exposes him, right? Because if he's a high value man and he wants to acquire things that are high value, why does he want to get women who suck at everything, are boring, are lame, vapid, have no substance, and he thinks aren't very special anyway? You're saying they're worthless and meaningless and pretty much useless to you and not interesting and totally boring to you, but you're a high value man, so you need a lot of these people? What? Huh?
Women are better nurturers, they're better at emotional expressions, they're better at communication, they're better at childbirth.
So they're better at making
They're better at
sandwiches, telling
dealing
you
with pain.
communication. You guys can't even tell us what you want to eat.
Hold
so it's
on,
like,
I told them
Wait,
what.
women are actually better communicators. You can look at the statistics and see that even boys and girls, as they go through puberty, girls have a much larger vocabulary. Girls tend to speak with more words, use more expression, etc. This is well documented. And Myron's just denying it. Oh, man.
Women you're dealing with, because I'm a very straightforward woman.
Okay.
You asked me where we're going to.
But
I'm
in
telling you,
general-
I was thinking about it since last night.
we're
what I
talking
wanna
about
eat.
women in general here. I know you might be special. Ooh.
Okay, I am special, clearly.
She just said women are good at communication. No, women are good at listening to communication and being able to assess the situation. But to be honest with you, they talk too much, they're annoying, and they can't even tell you what they want to eat. So explain to me how they're good at communicating.
Yeah, but I just think you've got
A woman not knowing what she wants to eat, it means all women are bad communicators. Clearly, the intellectual titan of the millennium has spoken, my friends. Wow.
a really, really bad viewpoint of women. And I think no matter
I have a
how
realistic
great,
viewpoint.
how great a woman is, you're just going to say, we suck at everything.
You guys do.
Men suck at everything.
You guys
then.
do. Here's
You
the
all
thing.
suck.
The reason why, the reason why I believe in being a protector, a provider, right, and women not working, etc., is because I know women deep down in the back of their mind suck. Like all the
You guys suck
all
then,
the men.
because you're all incapable of a lot of things. You're not emotionally available. Men are the worst at being emotionally available.
Okay.
They keep all their emotions in, and then they become enraged. Okay, so
Being
men
emotionally available
emotionally
makes you less attractive.
suck. A man who's emotionally available is very attractive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
Guy
literally
sits there and
false.
cries and tells you
No,
his
don't
feelings.
cry.
That's being emotionally
No, no,
available.
no. You're not going to sit and cry every day, though, are you? You can cry if you're upset. Of course you can. It's natural.
And you're going to lose respect for
God
me.
gave us all of these feelings
you're gonna lose
to
respect
feel.
for me.
I'm
You're
not going to
gonna
lose any.
yes,
I'll give you a
absolutely.
cuddle. I'll put you on my
Yeah,
shoulder.
and
I
then
say,
you're
baby,
just
it's
doing
all
the
okay.
He's doing the if I cry, a woman won't think I'm attractive anymore. He's doing the simp thing. Okay, so I'm gonna say it. You know what I'm gonna say, right, guys? If you are suppressing your emotions, you're hiding your feelings, okay? You're hiding your opinions. You're hiding how you really feel about this thing. Because a girl might think you're not cute anymore. Yeah, you sound like a little high schooler bitch, okay? That's what you sound like right now. You sound like an insecure little chud who's triggered and who's unironically simping so hardcore that he's suppressing his emotions, ignoring his own emotional well-being, his own feelings and thoughts, because a girl might think you're not cute anymore. Dude, grow the up. You're such a bitch.
See, this is female garbage once again.
I don't-
be emotionally available. And then I'm like, okay, well, you want the guy to cry and have his
I
emotions.
don't
Like,
want him
oh,
to sit
no,
and cry
no.
every day.
But that's being emotionally available.
Yes, when it
Emotions
needs
are
to
erratic.
happen.
They
Then
happen all the
cry if
time.
you need to cry. When was the last time you cried?
Ooh, it's been a while. I can't remember.
Exactly. He needs a good old cry, this one. But that is a very healthy part of being a human being, not a man or a woman. Being a human being, you have to express these feelings. You have to feel every emotion. Because you know what you'll do? You'll build it up, and it will come out in a different emotion. And mostly in men, it comes out as rage.
One of the big cornerstones
She's
of,
right.
being a man versus being.
She is so right, and this happens far too often, and it's honestly very, very sad. Men are conditioned to believe that all emotions are girly, so showing emotions is bad because it's bad to be girly for some reason. And so the only emotion that it is okay, though, for men to show is anger and rage. So that's what happens. That's how you get abusive, angry men who beat the shit out of their wives after they've had a bad day at work because they have no way of expressing how upset they feel or their feelings or emotions or dealing with any of that besides just getting drunk and beating up some drywall. Like that's pretty much what happens far too often. Again, I'm being hyperbolic, I know, but generally speaking, men are taught to kind of bottle up their emotions, ignore them, don't be girly, don't be a woman. And that comes out one way or another, a lot of the times as rage. Yes, this woman is spot on in what she just said there.
Woman is emotional control. Because look, I'll tell you this.
Emotional control is healthy, but that means
So
knowing
that's
when
not
to
being
control,
Yeah, so that means
when to be emotional.
that
That doesn't mean
means-
don't feel your emotions.
Yeah, go ahead and feel them, but feel them by yourself or with one of your guys that you could trust, not with a woman, because women are not receptive to emotionally available
But
men.
you say that, but
As
look
you
at
guys
how
say
many
that.
men, right, are in relationships.
Yeah.
When they're having a bad day,
Yep.
who are they going to go to make their day better? Their woman.
No, I would talk to my guys.
Okay,
Women
well,
don't have
I don't think you like
solutions.
women.
No, I do.
You don't like women because any man, they will go
Wait,
home to their.
after a bad day, if you're in a relationship, you're not going to want to talk to your partner. You're going to want to go talk to the bros. Okay, I actually think this guy might be gay. Myron Gaines? No, Myron Gay.
Their woman will make them feel better. If they're feeling down, they're going to go to their woman because women are
No.
emotional. We're nurturers. We're carers. We're going
Yeah,
to
but-
make you feel
but
better
they can't help
naturally.
you.
He's been so
What?
damaged.
They can't help you.
What's a man going to do?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
We
because
deal with the
women
same
can
struggles.
help you with everything.
No, they
what's
can't.
your boys going to do?
Remember,
Women are better with emotional regulation. Like this is a fact. There are far more women in like caregiving positions, even if that's not fully natural. Like women are socialized to be caregivers, to be listeners. What do you mean they're not going to help? I don't understand. Like, why are you painting women with such a broad brush? When women do this to men, when feminists do this about men, you guys have a meltdown. You cry. Okay? And now you're doing this to women constantly.
I said
You're
women
back.
live life on easy mode. See, I build upon myself. Women live life on easy mode, which means they have a different experience than men do. There's no burden of performance. Women are born with value, men must earn their value. So what the hell do I look like telling a woman my problems that she doesn't have any idea of, she can't even fathom because she's a female, she can't give me any real solutions. The difference between men and women is this. When I have problems and I go to someone, I want solutions. Women, you guys just want someone to hear you guys out.
Yeah.
That's why you guys can come to us with your problems and be like, I feel this way, blah, blah, blah. You guys don't want solutions. You just want to be heard. Cool.
Maybe you could just, if you're in a relationship, ask them, hey, do you want me to just listen right now? Or would you prefer me to like try to give advice?
Yeah, but most of the time they just want to be heard. With men, we want solutions. Men are deductive problem solvers. That's why you see the fantastic world in front of you that we have here.
We have a very powerful mind, and the right woman is very
Oh,
intelligent.
going back to what I was saying. Yeah, they suck at everything, right?
Oh my goodness.
So since I know that women suck at everything, right? Since I know that they suck at everything, I understand that the burden of performance is on me. I got to protect, I got to provide, and her job is to be pretty and be there. Like, she don't got to worry about nothing. And that's how women want it.
That's how we want it, but that's not because we suck. That's because we haven't got any good qualities to offer. That's just because that's naturally what we would require from a man. And
So you
naturally,
naturally suck.
No, I don't
Thank you for
naturally
proving my
suck.
point.
Men actually suck. Like, if we really deep it, men suck.
Majority do suck.
You will suck.
Yeah,
You
majority
will,
do suck.
you will suck. Because even the high value men, you've got sucky mentalities, yeah, where you think you can go fuck everyone now
Hold on.
because you've got money.
Well, they have
Yeah,
to
so
earn
you
that ability.
suck.
No. They
But you
have to earn
can't
that
earn the
ability.
right to cheat. You suck.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to earn
Women,
your right
we
to
are
do it.
loyal. We're naturally more loyal. We're naturally more caring.
Disagree.
You have a bad experience with women.
Women are actually
Terrible. I actually
women
feel
are
sorry for
actually
you.
less loyal because women. And here's the thing.
I think you
from
need a good
biological standpoint-
cry.
No. Here's the
I
thing.
think women have really hurt you,
Here's
and
the
you
thing.
need to cry.
Oh, of course. Women can't be loyal from a biological standpoint, guys, because it's in their nature to seek the best. So if you're going to go ahead and seek the best all the time, it's in your nature to not be loyal. Women can't be loyal.
Men cheat at higher rates. Whether it's in their nature or not, men cheat at higher rates.
Biologically, because for them to be loyal, that means they're going to stick with a guy even when he's at his worst.
And women do that, yeah.
They do, but they lose attraction, respect for that guy.
Not necessarily. It depends on what he's doing whilst he's down and out. If my husband or a partner or whatever was down and out, but I can see that he's trying to build up, his mentality is still strong, I will push you, I will build you, I will help you grow.
Yeah,
I
but
will
how
give
long
you
will you do that?
everything until he gets to where
there's-
he
He
is.
has such a bad view of women because he treats women badly and because he has like these expectations and because he would never like deal with somebody if they were going through like a hard time or something. He would see them as just annoying, waste of time, typical emotional woman. But yet a woman simply seeing a guy struggling is enough to be like, yeah, this guy's disgusting to me. I'm repulsed by him now. Ew. Like it's so depressing.
He is a serious overthinker.
Women naturally cannot be loyal. They can't.
We
From
are
a
loyal.
biological standpoint, they're loyal to the best man that they can get only. But once that man,
Let's look it up. Though people of all genders cheat, many studies on extramarital affairs shows that men are more likely to commit adultery than women. In fact, the General Social Survey indicates that men are roughly 7 times more likely to cheat than women. Wow. Okay, cool. But remember, it is the women who cannot be loyal. even though men cheat at higher rates.
is not able to provide security anymore, she loses interest, she loses respect first, then she loses interest. Next thing you know, she's not sucking you no more. But if you flip it, my girl loses her job, etc. I'm not gonna.
But that's not the
lose
same
respect
thing
for her.
because we said women and men want different things. But if a woman got fat, now you're going to lose respect for her. So it's on the same spectrum. It's just
But
the
they'll
different
probably still
aspects of your relationship.
Yeah, but men rarely leave women. Men are actually the more loyal ones, by far. Because here's the problem. You're conflating. This is where I see where the issue is. Your definition of loyalty.
He so doesn't understand how this is a self-own. Like, maybe it's because women are way better at knowing what they want, and they're better at not settling for pieces of shit guys who listen to you, Myron. Maybe that's what's happening, you know? Like, maybe it sounds like you're saying is like men are just more complacent, which is actually true on average, you know? Men on average are more complacent than women. So it's not that surprising that women might leave more, because women, if they're not content or not fulfilled in their relationship, why should they stay? Don't cheat, but leave.
You're attributing it to both genders if it's the same.
Yeah.
And the reality is it's not. Your job as a woman is to be loyal sexually, through sexual fidelity. My job is to be loyal to you by protecting and providing for you.
And sexually.
No.
Yes.
No, because a woman's main commodity is her sexuality. A man's main commodity is not his sexuality, it's his ability to provide security.
But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You stay
does that
loyal.
matter?
How are you going to provide security if you're out in the neighborhood, dude? I like how he's basically just invented this thing, like, emotions be damned, okay? Ignore the fact that sex has emotions with it and psychological weight to it and all sorts of things. Ignore all this to instead invent his own little loophole where he's like, well, since men provide security and women provide sex, that means that men can cheat all they want. He's like invented his own little religion to justify cheating. It's really, really silly.
You stay
does that matter?
loyal because you have to stay. A relationship is two people coming together and agreeing to be with each other, yeah? You going to have sex with someone else, you're not in a relationship.
But I'm not going to protect that bitch.
I don't care. You're still giving her things that should only be for me.
No.
So what if a woman goes and has sex with another man? Then
It's
you're
not
going to
the
call her a
same.
hoe.
You're a whore.
Exactly.
But because you didn't have to earn that. Loyalty for a man is not sexual. Loyalty for us is being able to protect and provide for our woman. Being willing to put your life on the line for a female shows your loyalty as a man.
He's very insecure, and in that pain and trauma, he's tried to dissect the female mind, and he has got it so wrong.
Is it easy for a woman to get sex?
Is it easy for a woman to get sex?
Yes.
Of course it is.
Is it easy for a man to get sex?
Of course it is.
No, it's not.
Yes,
It's hard.
it is.
It's way harder.
I feel like you've had a really bad experience with getting women because I know so many people that can just have sex.
Okay, you know what? Let's have fun with this if you think it's so easy.
Go on.
I'm the girl. How you going to riz me up?
What a shit question. I'm not a man. I would never riz you
I
up.
thought you said it was easy.
Yeah, because I'm
It's easy. Riz me
I'm
up.
not a man.
I'm the girl.
I
Riz
don't
me
have
up.
to riz people up.
Oh,
I wasn't
okay.
here for that.
See, guys, I told you, girls have no game. She failed with rizzing me up.
Did you just ask me to riz him up? I think he's a bit gay. That's why he wanted to act like a woman. I knew it. I called that one, guys. But it is easy, isn't it?
No, it's not.
It is. You go on a date, you date a few,
What
get
does
to
it
know
take to
the
get a date?
person. You just ask a girl on a date.
It's that easy.
If you're going for high value
You go on a
women
date
and
with
you're
every single
ugly,
guy?
no, absolutely not.
Okay.
Okay.
Would it be fair to say that you are very picky on who you go on dates with?
Absolutely.
Congratulations,
Very
you
fair.
just proved my point. Point proven once again.
I didn't say I would have sex with everyone.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's easy to have sex away from me,
Okay.
not with me, away from me. Yes, it is.
See, you said you were special earlier, right?
Yeah, I am
You just
very
gave
special.
the answer that every other girl gives.
I'm not that obtainable.
Okay.
But you
Congratulations.
know a lot of women
Every
are.
girl thinks like you do, even hoes.
I don't care what he says or how much work he's put in his calculations. He doesn't understand women.
It's easier for women to get sex. It's hard for men to get sex.
If you're ugly, probably.
Ugly as a man? Even attractive guys struggle.
That's a lie. That is a lie.
There's dating
You,
coaches
as
out
an
there.
attractive man,
Yeah,
you go
here
to
we go.
Ibiza or Marbella, somewhere like that. There's
How do I
sex-
go to Marbella?
You fly there
How do I fly there?
on an aeroplane.
How do I get on an airplane?
You walk onto it with your legs, mate.
Oh, how do I get the ticket?
You buy one with your money. It's like
Oh,
20 quid for
okay,
a flight.
okay, and then-
if you ain't got 20 quid for a flight to Marbella, sweetheart, you got more problems in
Well,
life than going to have sex
from
in
Miami,
Marbella.
it's way more expensive. And then Marbella, you think it's
But
cheap
you're
to
in
be
Miami.
Is it cheap to be in
It's a
Marbella?
city of hoes, you said.
You're missing the big point of you have to have money, which isn't easy to acquire.
Not if you live in Miami and you've got all them hoes around you. You don't need anything, do you? Walk down the street.
You need to live in Miami is not cheap.
Okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
But you've obviously moved to Miami because you've established yourself in life. But I'm saying
But
if
that's
you
not
already
easy.
naturally live there.
That's not easy though.
Okay.
That's not easy.
I'm not disregarding your journey in life of where you came from, or any man's journey in life of building themselves up. But it is easy to obtain sex. As a good-looking man, you can walk up to a girl in a nightclub, and 9 times out of 10, if she's drunk enough, she's going home with you. I'm sorry, we
No,
live in
she's
a
not.
generation where women open
Well,
their legs
that's
for
not
fun.
great.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, girls are hoes, but you mistake that. Only a minority of men can actually pull this off. It's not easy to get girls at the club because you got to get table service, run game, all this other bullshit.
If
be
you're a
good-looking
good-looking
guy.
man
It's not easy.
and you
most
look
men,
good.
And most women find most men as unattractive.
Because most men are unattractive.
Okay, so there we go. So since it's difficult, it is respected. But since it's easy for women to get laid, it is not respected. So me having multiple women, going back to the whole loyalty thing, that's where we started, is way different than you going and having sex with another guy. Because I have to earn my ability to have multiple women.
I completely
This
understand.
doesn't make any sense. That literally, so then if someone's really good at basketball and they advance really far in basketball, do they not deserve respect? They train really hard, but they've always just been really good at it, and it's always come easier to them than for a lot of other people. There are professional athletes like that today that are incredibly respected, and they've had this talent, this skill that's almost always just kind of come easier for them than other people. Does that mean that it's not deserving of respect?
Now, why are your standards more important than mine?
There's no such thing as no one's standards are more important.
Yeah,
if your standard is that you want to sleep with multiple women, have the best time. Be safe, you know, wrap it up, because, you know.
Because I have to earn that, but why should you be entitled to a 6 foot guy plus that makes money?
How can I what, sorry?
So you could demand a guy that's 6 foot that makes money, but I can't demand multiple chicks?
You can demand whatever you like in this life, but stay single. This guy should just stay single.
Her standards are more important than mine. You guys should take this as a lesson. This is how women think. Their standards always override yours. Don't fall for the bullshit. Always put your standards first, because you're the one that's got to put the work in first. Here's the thing. If you're attractive enough, girls will accept you having other women.
I don't know what women you're referring to, but if you can find that, then, you know, hats off.
I already do.
Well, that's fantastic. That's great.
They accept it. I had 3 girlfriends at one time.
I don't know a woman, 3 girlfriends at one time.
Yeah.
Do they all know about each other?
Yeah.
Do you think they respected you?
Yeah, they went to Disney World together. It was great.
Do you think they respect you as a man?
Absolutely.
Because a woman that respects her man isn't sharing her man with anybody.
Oh, no. It's actually quite on the contrary. A woman that respects her man understands that this is what he wants. I respect him this much. I will accept it.
That's delusional.
No, it's actually very realistic.
He does not respect women at all. No.
I would argue the woman that understands that she's with a guy that's successful, top of the, top tier, etc.
Didn't these guys and like the whole red pill start shitting on Destiny, saying that like his relationship fell apart because it was polyamorous and he had multiple partners and that's ridiculous and everything? And now Myron Gaines is like advocating for the same kind of thing. It sounds like okay.
She understands that she has to share him. That's extremely pragmatic. Actually, the opposite of delusional, because most women are delusional. They say, "Oh, I want a guy that's tall, charming, makes money, charismatic, in shape, strong."
God, I need to get my notepad out. This guy won't shut up.
Entertaining, witty, all this other crap. Oh man, there's not many of these guys there. Oh, I found one. Oh, I want him to be loyal to me.
Yeah, but I think if you actually cared...
That's delusional. It comes back to supply and demand. If you find a guy that's 1 out of 1,000,000, right, and every other girl is looking for the same shit, because you guys are not as special as you guys say you are.
Yeah.
What makes you think that guy's going to be loyal to you when he has the pick of the litter? He is the special one in this regard.
I don't necessarily think that's true. I think you meet your match, and if you ever met your match, you wouldn't.
This is just looking at people like objects. This is looking at dating as if it's like people are just objects. He's actually doing the dating marketplace cringe thing, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Like this whole like guy, if the guy's really good looking, he just has his pick of the litter. He can get whatever, he can get any woman he wants. This is obviously bullshit, okay? This is ridiculous. And when he's talking about like a dating marketplace, that also doesn't make sense, because it's not really a marketplace as much as when it comes to a real marketplace. I mean, you're buying something, right? You're giving money over for something in return. When it comes to dating, you need to try to find something, or you're trying to find a person who matches what you're looking for, and a person who's looking for you, that you match what they're searching for. That is a far more complicated and difficult process compared to just buying something with money, like an actual marketplace. So when he's talking about supply and demand, when he's treating women and men as commodities and dating as nothing but a market, he's missing the point entirely. He's missing the entire significant emotional relevance in these kinds of relationships, why people want these types of relationships, why people want to be in monogamous committed relationships. He's missing all of this because, again, he's an idiot. And yeah, the longest relationship he's ever been in, I'm pretty sure, is with that leather jacket he's wearing right now. I think I will pause it there because I can't take much more. Basically, he's high value so he can cheat because he has arbitrarily decided that men bring value of protection, even though if you're out sleeping around, you're not going to be present to be protecting your partner. So that's okay. And women, apparently all their value is just on sex and their body, because he cannot think of women as anything other than objects to obtain. So because of this, it's okay for men to cheat, but it's not okay for women to cheat. That's his conclusion. Thank you for coming to Schizo's TED Talk. I appreciate it. Fresh and Fit. My God. After the H3 episode, now this. It's no wonder why the red pill is dying.
If you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a member today. Members get early access to videos, access to all the stream VODs, and exclusive access to emotes as well. So if you'd like to support the channel, become a member today.